Commissioner Danny Lopez, here representing Mr. Cervantes. We are for the permit of the conditional use for the bar. I know that staff is having some issues with the parking and close to the residential. We've looked at the comments and I think there's ways to kind of, we measured the way, they're saying that on the residential side of not meeting the requirement on the distancing, that's a multiple use facility, what it's close to is multiple use. It's a multi-use family units, it's not residential, so, and the parking, on the parking side of it, I know there's certain ordinances that could also be combined. Me as being the owner to the adjacent property, which is Danny's Restaurant, is willing to kind of lend, vouch for them on being able to get extra parking if that's also the issue. That's probably the two major things that are kind of holding or not having staff support. And that's where we're here for, to kind of compromise on those two issues. I think those are the two biggest issues on not getting this conditional use permit authorized or approved.
Okay. Commissioner, go ahead.
So given the type of ambiance and what you have planned for this bar and kitchen, what time of day would you say would be your peak activity?
Most likely weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. It's more of a daytime brunch. They're trying to do a combination with something that's already existent there. It's not really together right now, but it's going to be kind of facilitated to kind of combine an existing business that's there. But at this point in time, it has to be individually it has to be an individual business and then combine it later down the road because of this barrier of the conditional use permit. So there's actually an adjusting existing business there that's going to be combined, but at this moment, obviously, it has to be independently represented as an entity, as a sole entity of what they're trying to do, a bar combined into a restaurant. So, this has always been a kind of the ordinances that of this conditional use permit. I mean, I've gone through so many of these, and it's always kind of, especially the time frame. These gentlemen have been already leasing for a year, paying leases and back and forth, and the landlord's already kind of. But at the same time, they knew these barriers, so they're trying to do the correct thing, and this is where we're at right now. So I mean, we could kind of face away and say it's going to be a restaurant, but I mean, it's a bar, and we'll be combining the restaurant part of it, which there is an existing restaurant there. But at this point, we got to represent it. I think I kind of was talking about it's already combined, but right now at this point, it's better to say it's going to be an individual, it's going to be a bar, but then later down the road, we combine into a restaurant bar.
With sort of that peak, like brunch time.
Brunch time, 11 to 4, and then in the evenings, only maybe twice or 3 times a week. That's just a projection. If things hopefully things do work out and it gets busy, creates more jobs, creates more taxes, hopefully it's progressively more. But at this point, the projection is probably just weekends.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just asking, since the surrounding businesses, not all of them compete with that time frame. Like some of them are more Monday through Friday businesses, and yeah. So I think that's a good thing then.
That's the purpose of it, and it's I said it's more of a brunch type of deal. It's weekends at this moment. I mean, it would be lovely to kind of say all week, every day, but projectedly it's only going to be a certain amount of time. Being a new business, so that's going to be the core of trying to get at least weekends to be okay, and then work around that.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioners?
So Mr. Lopez, you're okay or in agreement with if additional space is needed for this particular business, being able to utilize your restaurant that's maybe 100 feet away or 200 feet away?
Yes, it's approximately less than 300 feet away from driveway to driveway from our business, which is next door, neighboring, which is Danny's Restaurant.
And the restaurant's on the same side of this building, right?
It's on the south side of where their property is, but the driveway is obviously going north on the right side of Danny, which is neighboring to Danny's Restaurant.
I have a question,
Commissioner?
and it's more of a question for staff. And just reading here on the agenda, in terms of what the parking space requirement requirement is and what it's under. How do we get to the point where there are that many spaces required for situations like this? It almost seems, I mean, I can completely appreciate the situation that they're in, but what kind of controls are in place to make sure that this does not happen in getting future situations like this?
Well, of course, every time that there's a certificate of occupancy issued or a new business, the parking is supposed to be, is checked. In this case, the current and proposed use requires sort of this much parking. We have advised the property owner, or I'm sorry, the applicant, that shared parking is available or off-site parking. However, they have not brought any of those things forward to staff.
Madam Director, so you require some type of lease agreement, some type of?
Absolutely, it can't be temporary. They have to have some sort of a fee interest in the parking so that there's no, it can't be in any way temporary. So they have to have a lease agreement, and also the off-site parking must be available at all times during the existence of the proposed use. So if they're gonna have shared parking, the proposed location has to be able to accommodate the parking for its existing uses as well as the additional parking for all the hours upon which there is the overlap. If their hours don't overlap, then those spaces can be considered single use, but if there's the hours overlap, then all the parking needs to be available for both uses. I don't know if that's.
And that agreement would have to be in place at the time that they go for inspection, not necessarily now. It's a condition that we
Yeah,
put
at the
here.
time the certificate of occupancy is issued, we would need to make sure that that agreement is we would have it
In place.
in place.
But as for this particular moment in time, it would just be a condition added to the permit here.
Correct. I mean, it's, yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, adding the condition. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, adding the condition.
And we did make sure that we advised that we had it on our report that, that shared parking or off-site parking is available, and the applicant, that those alternatives had been discussed with the applicant. However, they had not brought forward any alternative parking plans.
Quick question.
Go ahead, Commissioner Garcia.
Do you have a mechanism where people can actually go in and say there's a plaza and there's 10 businesses. They have so many parking from 8 to 5 or from, is it 8 the whole day? Or the part of the day where I use the whole parking lot from 8 to 5, but then nearly 3/4 of the parking lot's open from 5 to 12. Is there somewhere you can actually look at that so that counts in who's
We
ever
did
opening
that.
up a business?
That analysis has been done in this case, and in every single case where you see a conditional use permit or special use permit where it's a mall, we ask for the information for all the uses on site. We ask for hours of operation so that we do the calculations for all the uses and the hours so that we can see if there's any opportunity for maybe these 5 uses happen from 5 to midnight and these other 5 uses only are 8 to 5. So to see if maybe they can accommodate their parking on the same location, and that the non-overlap of those hours would provide those opportunities. So we do all those calculations in this case. All the uses overlap, all the hours overlap, unfortunately.
Commissioner Garcia?
I know in the past again, this is not the first similar type business that we've had at that shopping center. And I know in the past there was overflow where people were parking at the bank and all over the place. Did they have similar problems with that? In other words, how did that situation occur and how is that different from this?
I honestly don't know. I mean, what arrangements were made at the time of the issuance of the certificate of occupancy if they brought forward alternatives. Because remember, at that point, this is the zoning overlay part, and the other piece is when the permits and certificates of occupancy are issued. So those arrangements, those documents are submitted at that time. So in this case, all staff is looking at is, have they brought anything forward at this time? Based on the current data, they haven't brought anything to us.
And how many parking spaces do you have at your restaurant?
We have over 90 parking spaces. I don't know, exact amount don't have, but we have over 90 parking spaces, which is from door to door. Obviously, there's also a measurement within driveway to driveway, right? That you can't say, I'm gonna borrow the one 5 blocks down. It has to be
No, it has to be
turned.
within 1,000 feet of the principal
Yeah, we're way
use.
under, we're almost conjunction.
So if their hours overlap, his location would need to accommodate all the parking for his use, as well as the additional 32 spaces for his use. So, and then of course the leasing agreement.
So the code for parking spaces per every 1,000 square feet is 12 parking spaces. Is that building code
It's
or is that
for a
a-
restaurant, for a sit-down
that-
restaurant,
is that a no-
it's 12
For every 1,000
spaces for every 1,000 feet.
common
If I
area or
remember
just build?
correctly.
Common
It's
area?
gross.
Gross?
It's gross.
Okay.
Plus, you also
Again,
have a
and you
reception,
would-
you also have a reception area in that area
Commissioner.
that's unpredictable. Where if you have a wedding, you don't have a wedding, you have 1,500 people, you have nobody. And actually, the second story, if that's the plaza, I think it could be.
Commissioner, just a second. What are your hours of operation, Mr. Lopez?
They're gonna be.
Yours, not,
Yours,
not, I'm sorry.
Well, the hours of
Yours,
operation
yeah,
are
for Danny's.
during the week it's 7 p.m., 7 a.m., sorry, to 10 p.m. Monday to Thursday, and Friday, Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
And your hours of operation?
My hours is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Just so you could see the overlap.
I had, I guess, a question for staff. I know, and I think the issue is that when this plaza was first looked at, the parking that was asked of them then should have been considered as far as the maximum amount of, or whatever use is going to be calculated for those individual suites, right? And at that time, back then, someone came up with 94 spaces for all of these suites. So even if this restaurant doesn't come in or bar, they're still way over the amount of spaces that's needed now for all the rest. So I think it's not fair for someone to come in, and we've been able to accommodate those other businesses who probably don't have an agreement with a restaurant or someone to have the spillover and are still there and are able to utilize their business and do what they got to do when you have a business here that fortunately has communication with the adjacent business owner to be able to at least help this business not handle that spillover. Now, I understand the hours of operation and Mr. Lopez may still need those spaces, but at the end of the day, I would hope that your restaurant would have all those spaces taken, 24/7. But, I'm assuming that doesn't happen. And then the other thing is, my question was, how was the measurement from the residential or the multifamily taken? Was it from the door to the property line?
That's correct. I believe it's in your packet. We have a map that shows the method of measurement. Do we have it in the presentation?
Yes.
Can you
Because
please
if-
bring
because
that
if
up?
we- Yeah, because if we look at the map, it's taking it from the edge.
It's from the front door.
Is the front door there, like from that corner of the property, or is it where you park? The entrance of your door.
Oh, it's right on the where it's blue highlighted there in the corner. That's the
Commissioner,
door.
your
That's
map
the
there?
entrance.
That's the
You
entrance.
can
Front
see
end.
it comes into the property, and then makes the upturn.
Yeah, it's not further down as far as the entrance, that's where the entrance is at?
Yeah, I had mentioned it would be in the middle, but yeah, it's the front.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yes,
for
Commissioner
staff.
Portillo?
I know that in the past with the conversations with Recode and looking at our land development code, I remember discussing that our parking calculation is a bit inflated and outdated, and that was one of the sections that we were looking to update. Could you give a little bit of information on that, on
On
maybe
RICO?
best practices?
On RICO,
Specifically the parking calculation, and whether it would go
in the
down.
new calculations, in general terms, without looking at every single, it looks like they're being reduced by half,
Okay,
by about half,
The requirement being reduced.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
Give me a second. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak for or against? For or against? For or against? All right. Commissioner, wishes of the commission?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to go against staff recommendation and approve the item.
I second.
Including closing the public hearing.
And, well, one question on my
Yes, you
motion.
close it first.
Well, one question on the motion itself. Do I need to include the conditions that staff suggests in my motion? If I want to include?
Well, we're gonna bring forward our recommendations to council as is. We will present if conditions are separate or different from the commission, we'll make sure to present those as well.
Okay.
So the conditions are a little bit different than the, sort of the plating, right? When the commission makes a change to the conditions with regard to plating, then that's the condition, right? That's the comment. But in this case, with regard to zoning, these are staff's recommendations, so we will move those along. But
Okay.
however, if you decide to add something, we'll make sure to present that as well.
Okay, well, then they're included then.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have a motion and a second discussion. Quick question for the applicant. Have you seen the conditions that are being recommended?
They're
If
all,
we approve, you all,
That's correct, yes.
and you're all
they're
okay
all-
with those
they're all-
those recommended?
Yes, sir.
If we do approval, okay. So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Do I have a
Mr.
motion?
Chairman, just to clarify, our standard process is that we do call each and every applicant and discuss and go over in detail all the conditions with them,
Very good.
in every case.
And we always want to confirm this, make it on the
That's
record. Right. Very nice. Okay, so do I have a motion to open public hearing 6E?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. This is a public hearing amending the zoning ordinance map of the city of Laredo by rezoning lots 1 and 2, block 1071, Eastern Division, located at 1901 Legarda Street, from B1, Limited Business District, to B3, Community Business District.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the applicant, we have Javier De Leon and Jesse Gonzalez as the owner. The property location is lots 1 and 2, block 1071 Eastern Division, located at 1901 Legarda Street. The zone change request is from a B1 to a B3. The proposed use is a reception hall indoor. The letters sent were 14 and we received none for or against. Location view. Aerial view. Street view.
No, 6E.
Zone change signage. Zoning overview. Future land use. Staff recommendations. Staff supports the proposed zone change. Continuation of the recommendation. Proposed motion.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak for or against the proposed item? For or against?
So, I'll speak for it.
Your name for the record, sir?
Pardon me?
Your name for the
My
record?
name Javier De Leon.
Understood.
Yeah. We want this building just for, for small events, We already, next door, it's already B3, across the street is B3. Next door, it's residential, it's me living there. So, it's just, for
You're
small
okay,
events.
you're okay with the noise and parking?
Pardon me?
And you're okay with the noise and parking as a neighbor?
Yeah. I'm okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna be a small event, maybe just probably on the weekends or whatever, Just money back, paying taxes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good? Right.
Okay, sir. Is there anyone here to speak for or against? For or against? Or against? What are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to close, and I recommend. With the
Second.
recommendation
I have a
of the
motion
staff.
and a second from Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign, motion carries. Do I have a motion for 6F?
So move, motion to, open public hearing?
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same
Mr.
sign.
Chairman,
Yes.
just very quickly, the staff is gonna request to table this item. There was an address change, so we're gonna need to renotice this. We've already advised the applicant, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go, and we'll read it into the record, all of that, but we just wanna let you know before. we
Mr.
get
Chair, I
started.
withdraw my motion and.
Let's go ahead and keep the public hearing open.
Okay.
We'll just close and table the
Gotcha.
item.
Okay.
So this was an item amending the zoning ordinance of map of the city of Laredo by authorizing the issuance of a special use permit for a tobacco shop on Lot 5, Block 2, Santa Rita Commercial Subdivision, located at 5618 Dock, City Perez Loop, Unit 1, 1,000 square feet. The applicant has requested tabling of this item.
Actually, it's staff.
Oh, staff is requesting.
We're requesting this. We discovered that there was an address change, so we noticed on the previous address, or not the updated address, so we need to renotice. But we're gonna make sure that this thing keeps on schedule and it will not delay them.
To table.
Motion to close the public hearing and table? A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do I have a motion for 6G?
So moved.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second from Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. This is a public hearing amending the zoning ordinance map of the city of Laredo by authorizing the issuance of a conditional use permit for heavy machinery sales and rental outdoor display on lots 2, 3, 4, 5, block 939 Western Division, located at 3703, 3715, and 3717 Sandaria Avenue respectively.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the applicant, we have Guadalupe Murillo as the owner and Victor J. Linares with PE as a representative and applicant. The property location is lots 2, 3, 4, and 5, block 939 Western Division, located at 3703, 3715, and 3717 Sandario Avenue. The zone change request is a conditional use permit. The proposed use is for truck and trailer sales and rentals. The letters sent were 30 and we received 1 against. Location view. Aerial view. Street view. Zone change signage. Zoning overview. Future land use. Staff recommendation, staff supports the conditional use permit. The continuation of the recommendation. And the proposed motion. Thank you.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak for or against?
Good evening, PnZ Commission and staff. My name is Victor Linares with Savvy Engineering. I'm here on behalf of the applicant. Just to give you just a brief feedback on the property, this business has been in operation for 49 years, and they're pretty much the application of their use is what's being requested on a conditional use permit, and so it's specifically mirroring what's being used right now. One of the reasons this process is happening because right now the gentleman, the owner, he's looking and long story short, a transition to pretty much transfer the business to his son, who's in a different business name. But they want to just keep the family business or operation type the same, and that's what the request is for. Thank you.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone else here to speak for or against? For or against? For or against? What are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to close and go with the recommendations of.
Have a motion?
Second.
And a second from Commissioner Portillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do I have a motion for 6H?
Motion to open 6H.
Second.
And a second from Commissioner Portillo. This is a public hearing. I'm sorry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. This is a public hearing amending the City of Laredo Land Development Code, Section 24.63, entitled Permitted Land Uses, to clarify the flammable and explosive products are allowed in M2 zoning districts and M1 zoning districts with special use permit, providing that this ordinance shall be cumulative, providing for severability clause, and providing for publication and effective date.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the background, in the Laredo Land Development Code, Section 24-93.4.2, the storage of flammable and explosive products is identified. However, in the Laredo Land Development Code, Section 24.63.2, entitled Permitted Land Uses, the storage of flammable and explosive products is not identified. This absence leads to confusion. The ordinance will amend the land use chart to include the storage of flammable and explosive products in M2 zoning districts and M1 zoning districts with a special use permit as per Section 24-93.4.2. Proposed motion.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak for or against? For or against? For or against? Any questions from the commission? What are the wishes?
Motion to close and go the recommendation of the ordinance. Approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second from Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do I have a motion for 6I?
So moved.
A motion? Second. And a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. This is a public hearing. Amending of an ordinance for the city of Laredo, Texas, amending section 24.65.0 of the Laredo Land Development Code titled General Supplemental Provisions, creating subsection B, which will impose distance regulations to prevent gas stations from being located within 100 or 200 feet of any residential district, school, or daycare facility, depending on the amount of gallons of gasoline tank capacity a facility has.
Hi, I'm sorry, Mr. Commissioner, if I may, we're still working on this one based on the comments that were made. This item came to the meeting last meeting. We asked that this commission postpone this item. Probably not time certain. Just we're gonna need probably a couple of meetings to keep working on it, tweaking it, and bring some language back that address some of the concerns that were voiced at the last meeting. That's all we have for.
I got a question.
Commissioner?
I was going to ask you, is included in the process stakeholder engagement and reaching out to, stakeholders who might be affected?
No, we're not planning on including that in the process.
Is there a public notice where people can make comment on this particular item? Or is that going to be?
The
when it
public
comes
notice
here?
will be here, and then we'll be again at the city council meeting, just the statutory requirements.
So that'll be where the public will be allowed to be?
Yes,
Okay.
of course. Yeah, we'll abide by the statute by posting in the newspaper for the 15 days prior to the public hearing at the city council meeting. We'll have a public hearing here where people can make comments. There's cities, San Antonio has an ordinance that's similar to this one. It's kind of where we model some of the language. But we do want to take a closer look at other cities and see how it's being done. It's not something that's completely unique to the state of Texas. We're not the first ones to do this, but we do want to keep working on the language and iron that out before we bring it back to you.
Okay. Commissioners, I'll entertain a motion to close and postpone.
Motion to close the public hearing and postpone time uncertain.
I have a motion?
Second.
And a second from Commissioner Portillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, so now we're item 7A, review to the Embarcadero Southeast Quadrant Master Plan. The intent is industrial and commercial. The purpose of this revision is to further subdivide lots phase 6, 8, and 9.
Yes, sir. For the record, the applicant is Farias Development Engineers Camacho Hernandez and Associates. Proposed use is industrial and commercial. The current zoning for this development is B4 and M1. Location view. Aerial view. The current master plan approved by PnZ on the 4th, April 3rd of 2025. And the current, or the revised submittal of the master plan. Staff comments planning, and the proposed motion.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commission, staff. I'm Arturo Camacho with Camacho Hernandez and Associates. I'm the civil engineer for the project. The reason we're doing the master plan amendment was to define some lots within the phase 6, 8, and 9. We don't have any issue with any of the comments, but we would actually like to add a comment, if we may, to the record. The submittal of the preliminary plat for 6, 8, and 9, staff made a comment that we needed to kind of change the numbering and the sequencing of the lot numbers. And so I would like to reflect on this master plan that final lot and block numbers to coincide with the lot and block numbers from the one-stop shop and the final plat. So if that's okay.
As noted. Commission, any questions? What are the wishes of the commission?
So is just a question, this would be, his request would be a comment on this master plan? Or,
It seemed like he wanted to add it to the actual phases, correct?
Well, or to the comments, just so it's on the record that what we're showing on the master plan tonight, that is not gonna be the final lot and block. It's gonna match whatever we come up with at one-stop shop for each particular phase.
Is it reflected?
And one more
I don't
thing,
think
I
it's
would like to make a
reflected.
comment. So in our, if you'll notice on comment number 3, it talks about they have to bring in the revision. So when they bring in the revision the next 10 days, you just add those to that. So it's fine. He'll
Okay.
Very well.
So it can be voted on the way it is because you're gonna meet anyway.
Right, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a comment for fine.
okay, a motion to approve subject to staff comments.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Consideration of the following plats and preliminary plats. 8A, preliminary consideration of the plat of Embarcadero Southeast, Quadrant Phase 6. The intent is commercial.
Yes, sir. The applicant, again, is Farias in Development, engineers Camacho Hernandez and Associates. The proposed use is commercial. The zoning for this 6-lot development is B4. Location view. Aerial view. The proposed plat. Staff comments, planning. Comments 4 and 5 to 10. And the proposed motion.
Again, Arturo Camacho, we don't have any issues with the comments. Yes.
Wishes of the commission?
Motion to approve subject to staff comments.
Second. I have a motion and a second from Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 8C is a preliminary consideration of plat of Embarcadero Southeast, Quadrant Phase 9. The intent is commercial.
Yes, the applicant is Farias Development, engineers Camacho Hernandez and Associates. The proposed use is commercial. The current zoning for this 4-lot development is B4.
Then we're skipping 8B.
Oh, excuse me.
It's phase 8.
Phase 8.
We are 8C. We just did the 8B. We did 8A prior, now 8B, and now this is 8C.
Then we did 8A.
Correct.
Yes.
8A was phase 6.
And then it goes to phase 8 and then phase 9.
So we're on B.
So we're on B? Well, if you go back, we just went through 8B.
Yeah, that's right.
It's because it has the same.
Because I mean,
We're on
on,
A.
on my written, I have 8B, 8A, which is phase 6, 8B is phase 9, 8C, I'm sorry, phase 8, and then 8C is phase 9.
Well, can we do it again then? Let's just to make sure, right? I wish we had playback.
And then
right?
phase 6. I have the. Start again.
Okay.
Begin.
I'm sorry, let me read it back into the record correctly. This is item 8B, preliminary consideration of plat in Embarcadero Southeast, Quadrant Phase 8. The intent is commercial.
Yes, the applicant is Farias Development, engineers Camacho Hernandez and Associates. The proposed use is commercial. The current zoning for this 4-lot development is B4. Location view. Aerial view. The proposed plat. Staff comments, planning. And the proposed motion.
Good evening, Arturo Camacho, and we concur with the comments.
All right, what are the wishes of the commission?
Make a motion to approve, subject to staff comments.
Motion and a second from Commissioner Portillo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign, motion carries. Preliminary consideration of plat of Embarcadero Southeast Quadrant Phase 9. The intent is commercial. And this is item 8C.
Yes, sir. The applicant is Fares Development, Engineers Camacho Hernandez and Associates. Proposed use is commercial. The zoning for this 3-lot development is B4. Location view, aerial view, proposed plat, and the proposed motion.
Mr. Camacho, we concur with the comments.
What are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Item 9 is consideration of the following final plats and final replats. Can we take them all in bulk? 9A, 9B, 9C, and 9D. Do you have a motion?
I make a motion
I have
to
a
hear
motion
9A, 9B, 9C, 9D.
Second.
and a second from Commissioner Portillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Can we read them into the record?
Yes, sir. For the record, final consideration of the replat of Lot 19, Block 3, Vaquero Subdivision Phase 3, and a 0.94770 acre unplatted tract and a 0.455 acre unplatted tract into Lot 19A, Block 3, Vaquero Subdivision Phase 3. Approved. The next one, 9B, final reconsideration of the plat of Harmony Hills Subdivision Phase 2, Rodriguez Ranch. 9C, final consideration of the plat of Cuatro Vientos East Bright Ranch Subdivision Phase 6. And 9D, final consideration of the plat of Village South Subdivision Phase 6.
Yes, sir. Item 10 is a consideration of model subdivision compliance. 10A, consideration of model rule subdivision compliance of the replat of Lot 1, Block 7, San Isidro Northeast, Las Palmas Subdivision, Phase 2 into SKG, SI and E, Las Palmas Phase 2 Townhomes, Subdivision PUD. The intent is residential.
For the record, applicant is San Isidro Northeast, Engineers Begua Consulting. Proposed use is residential. The current zoning for this 110 lot development is R2 POD. Location view, aerial view, the proposed replat, and the proposed motion.
What are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to approve with staff recommendation.
Second. I have a motion and a second from Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Any comments from Madam Director or staff?
None at this time.
Okay. I entertain
Motion to adjourn?
a motion
Second.
and a second from Commissioner Portillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We're out of here in record time. 51 minutes.